Good day. It's a beautiful day today. A little slight. This got this overcast. Well, we got some crazy. We got some. Alexander was cracking. We got some crazy ass weather here, man. Cause it be hot. Sunday it was 80 something degrees. Like I think we see like high of 88 degrees, and then turn around next day it was cold as fuck. I mean, it ain't that goddamn cold, but I haven't had a jacket. I haven't wore a coat since I got my first year out. Was the only year I've actually can recall wearing a coat since I've been out these 8 years. Or yeah, 8 years. Yeah, March should be 8 years. I almost forget how long I've been out. I've been out that long, 8 years. I thank God, man. You know what I mean? I thank God for that. You know, if I flex about anything, it's about the fact that I'm still alive. Friday the 13th, I'll be 51 years old, and if I have a flex, it's that. You know what I mean? That everyone, my own parents counted me out, dude. I heard that. I heard that from everybody that I wouldn't make it to see my 18th birthday. You know what I mean? And I'll be 51 on Friday. So I thank God. You know, for me, that's the ultimate that's the ultimate flex. You know what I mean? Because I get all these stones cast at me and people can call me whatever they want, but through all of that, think about it, I'm still here. I'm still walking the line. I'm still doing me. I'm still doing mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here. Still I shine. You know, it's by the grace of God that I get by to begin with. You know what I mean? I owe it all to God at the end of the day. Who else could I give thanks for the day? You know what I mean? Like where I'm gonna sit there and say I woke myself up. That you know what I mean? That the man in me wants to give up daily. The man in me prays for death. The man in me prays that God come today. Judge us all. Fuck it. Let God sort it out. Let God judge who's right. Since we're gonna continue to cast stones in these glass houses in which we live. You know what I mean? So my homegirl she is just just messaging me right now on Instagram. She just got out the feds too. She's at the halfway house, and I was telling her she'd hit me up quicker before I left out the house. I was telling her I'll go scoop you up and shit. Come out there with me, you know what I mean? Me, Percy and Binky, we were classmates going back to like fucking kindergarten. You know what I mean? Like we go back that far. And Percy, she gets down. She could fucking tat, dude. She's a bull though. That's my bro. That's my sis. That's you know what I mean. It is what it is with us. You know what I mean. We have a long ass history with just mad love and respect. So we don't ever. We know what it is with us. But yeah, you know that's how I say. I'm thankful, man. I'm grateful. I got homies that are in there going to die in prison. You know what I mean? I got homies just getting out of prison. This is family. These are people that I've known my whole life. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, first we threw our lives away over gangs, you know what I mean? Trying to make reputations for ourselves, and then it evolves from there. You know, it's a pretty simple history that's telling everywhere you go. Like it doesn't, you know, people want to put on these badges of honor to distinguish themselves from others in the whole stage show of it all. But you know, it's still the same at the end of the day. It's a vicious cycle that repeats. It starts in adolescence, you know what I mean? It's born and birthed in these environments, these chaotic, you know what I mean, dysfunctional, crime-filled, impoverished environments, you know what I mean, in which gangs coalesce. They form in this natural habitat. You know what I mean? And then, see, the thing of it is now, though, that Hollywood has taken its effect on the gang culture to such an extreme that, you know, it's fashionable and trendy or this or that. Like, he gets put on the set, and all of a sudden, he's a, you know what I mean? He's a blood, or he's a Crip, or he's a this, or he's a that. You know what I mean? Because he's paying somebody to go do a show in California. Like, the Hollywood effect of the gang culture it's watered it down to that point where, like, and now like, people can't see themselves as being nothing apart from those reputations that they hold in the past. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they have no standing, no credibility, no reputation apart from that gang culture and that gang history, which is drugs and crime and prison. You know what I mean? It's the same vicious cycle that repeats. You know, there's various stories. Yeah, this dude's story, he killed all these people and this and that, and it's an awesome story to listen to. You know what I mean? But the cycles perpetuate because of the propaganda itself. It's been romanticized. It's cool to be those things. You know what I mean? Like, because as parents, we grow up, right? We have kids young and we don't know no better. So what are we doing with our kids? We're listening to the same music we grew up in. And we're sitting there, oh, you don't know nothing about this. And we start telling these war stories and shit. And the kids are inspired themselves in a different way. Parents don't ever stop to look at their children and what their natural gifts are. What natural abilities that a child possesses in themselves should dictate the course of a child's life. You know what I mean? A parent shouldn't be looking at a child and saying, oh, I played basketball, so my child should dribble a ball too. That's stupid. That reinforced the stereotype of what the white woman said when she said, shut up and dribble the ball. Just go shut up and go gangbang. That's all we prove to be worth when that's all we're going to sit there and highlight. When no one themselves can see themselves apart from that, when the reputation you hold as a man and standing in your neighborhood and credibility and respectability and honor comes from a nickname, a gang name of a life and a claim to fame in which you committed crimes, you killed people, you sold drugs, you went to prison, and that this is you cannot ever shed those skin, that color. You can never get off of that. This is who you are. So what do you think the next generation is going to be like when this is what you're a hype man for the next generation, because you're sitting there talking about this shit over and over and over again. How much reflecting are you going to continue to do before your reflections become projections of your past onto your presence, which become your children, and they get wrapped up in that same symbolism? Right? So we see little 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds crip walking and doing all these dances, and they're dressed up like cholos and they got their high socks on and all this other shit, right? Little 2 to 4-year-old kids that are already being dressed up. They don't got no opportunity for success because they're already being staged. They're already being groomed by their parents to be throwaways. So what's the difference in grooming a child to be a gang member and grooming a child to be, you know, one of those Hollywood superstars? You know, like Justin Bieber's going to the Diddy Islands. What is the fucking difference? When your child ends up getting fucked for it in so many ways, and then you give birth to more of this shit, and then you excuse it because it's the seed of promise that you have in yourself, huh? That you can carry on the legacy of your fucking shit stain of a name without ever erasing that shit, huh, for yourselves. What up, Santa Salinas? What it do, brother, man? What's cracking? Where we at? Gold Prospect King, what's cracking? Metal detecting? Not today. Not today. We prospecting for souls today. We on a gold rush for souls today. Hey, see, I'm B51 on Friday. I reached my golden years in life. I don't know about them little silverbacks. Yeah, like I reached the golden era. I'm that all-seeing eye on top of that pyramid. I look down on this shit like, come on, man, get it together, kids. I said, keep pushing past it. And I'm at conflict with myself because it's like, man, I don't want to say the fucking thing. I don't want to. I feel like, listen, you know how I honestly feel right now, like Jonah? If you've ever read the Bible story of Jonah, that's how I feel right now. Like, fuck these fools. I don't give a fuck about these fools. Come get me. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if you throw me in the belly of a goddamn big fish. I don't give no fucks no more about none of this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. Holly weird. Hey, Santos, it is straight Holly weird, isn't it? They're always hyping this same shit up, huh? They are nothing without the gang culture, huh? Just straight shit stains, huh? They are absolutely nothing without the gang culture, huh? So what does it say about them without the gang culture? Hold on, DeRoe. Steve Harvey's on the new Epstein files. I did not know that. I don't know why they blocked you on that. Probably the Epstein. Hey, I don't. Hey, they must got. Hey, bro, they must got Epstein's name on filtered on this shit, dude. Because that name just got filtered. That shit just got filtered, bro. Yeah, hey, listen. Just so everyone understands that shit, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's name is being scrubbed right now. That shit is being scrubbed. That's a scrub right there. I do not have Epstein as no fucking filter. There is no way that what was said should have hit the filter. Hey, Steve Harvey, yeah. That's all them fools. Jay-Z coming out in that shit. Who else? What, are you surprised by any of this shit? Hey, listen, have you ever seen Blue Ivy on stage? I have to turn away from that shit, dude, because it's like, dog, you're over there selling this little Jezebel to the highest bidder is what you're doing, you fucking punk. Hey, dog, Jay-Z, listen, Jay-Z and Beyonce should not be allowed to show their faces in public anywhere, fool. Any show that they try to put on, bro, I'm telling you, all you got to do is call in all kind of threats and shit. They'll shut that shit down. In every major city, shut down any and every show of all these pedos. Fuck them fools. You know what? Because it gives the upcoming artists every opportunity to shine now. Because we see what every mainstream artist is worth. No mainstream artist should get any play from anybody no more. We should start turning on them motherfuckers so that the mainstream industry would dry out. Just go post your shit on social media and run that shit up. Make them motherfuckers give you increments, push shows on your own. Fuck these fools. There's ways around them bastards. Fuck them fool gatekeeping ass motherfucking rapists. All of them punk motherfuckers ain't nothing but rapists, dog. They ain't getting no credit for none of that shit no more. Fuck no. You ain't no prophets of the neighborhood. Not one of you motherfuckers speak for no goddamn neighborhoods. All you motherfuckers are snakes, fakes, dick-sucking rat motherfuckers, dog. That's the whole lot of them. You know what I mean? Like, they're always selling motherfuckers on trying to convince us of their ways to get us to follow after their ways in life, right? To wear their fucking clothes, to do everything they fucking do. And look how motherfuckers act. It gets put on motherfuckers and people start seeing themselves for the same song and dance. That's when people start turning away. They can't stand to see that shit for themselves because it starts reflecting on who and what they are, right? Are you chasing after the same shit, huh? You got a problem? You got a problem with Jeffrey Epstein and some white folk doing that shit, but you ain't got no problem with R. Kelly, huh? Motherfuckers ain't got no problem. You turn the other cheek with Michael Jackson, huh? You'll come up with every excuse in the world, but you'll sit there and fucking Jeffrey Epstein, the rest of them motherfuckers, huh? Nah, homie, that's all the same shit. They all do the same shit. Nope, they get in those positions of power, and that's the punk shit that they do. Yup, if you can conceive of it, that's what they do. If they're in a position of power, they're worth hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck they're doing. They'll sell their children out. Their own children are fucking being whored out, and you can see it right in front of our eyes. When those children are being made out to be celebrities, idols in the fashion that they are, they're being whored out. Every last one of them has already been plucked. Think about it. They're underage, and you can already imagine that all of them already done drugs and that they've already been ran through. Think about that. These children are barely fucking teens. We know that happened with the Smith children. We know damn well that happened with the Smith children. And we know that all these fucking child stars that are coming out, what's happening with them? What's the story that every child star tells? Huh? Of how they were fucked? That's Hollywood for your ass. That's California. That's the crux of the goddamn problem. You see, that's not something people want to talk about, huh? That's just too taboo to talk about. You'll go turn and watch that shit. You'll celebrate it and you'll pay for it. MAC makeup and in the very fucking linen that you put on. You'll go and sow your every support for this shit while turning around and talking about how you don't like some shit. The irony, huh, that you wear on your very backs. Think about it. What's the brand clothing that a motherfucker wears? What do you know about them? Abercrombie and Fitch. They have some executives that are on trial right now for the same type of Diddy parties. The same type of Epstein parties. The same type of shit that motherfucking, what's his name? Bill Cosby was busted doing. R. Kelly was busted doing. And now look at how many celebrities are tied into this shit. Listen, you can't peg them all because there's been people like Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker's come out and he said he's been at parties at Mar-a-Lago and he's known because once he has seen and he knew that them girls being dressed the fashion that they were, he said it's illegal. As soon as he knew that, he had to leave. You see, if you're going to stay there at a party where you know that there are girls like that, yeah, come on, that's an invitation to see what you're willing to do. That is just getting to see how comfortable you are with that type of shit, then to turn around and see what's going to happen next. Then we turn around to see what's going to happen next. It's just all a test case. Look at it. You know what I mean? And people, you really think that it's not that rampant within the industry, that it's just saturated with the same shit? Listen, dude, nobody is giving up no $100 million contracts to no motherfucking body, dog, without putting them punks on fucking camera, dog. So yes, every single one of them who received a major label deal, all of them are on tape with them very executives that gave them deals before they would dare sign them motherfuckers to anything. Yep, so you name them. Sleazy E, let's start with Sleazy E and Dr. Dre and them. Oh, no, let's go back to Sugar Hill Records and Sugar Hill Gang, because it starts on the East Coast first. Yeah, and we know what Russell Simmons is worth. We know what Russell Simmons and African Bambaataa did to all of them New Yorkers, because they started fleeing over here during the 1980s. Same shit happens in Los Angeles when it gets too scandalous. That's how we know that's how we know the cloth that each and every one of these fools come from every city they come from. They dry that shit out right here on this desert floor. That shit gets dried out on this desert floor, dog. You don't bring that snake fake shit from your fucking cities over here and think you're gonna play that shit. It's too hot, homie. It's too hot here for that fucking cake shit you fools be talking about in your cities. That's cake shit in Chicago. That's cake shit in Memphis. That's cake shit in DC. That's cake shit in New York. That's cake shit in Los Angeles. It's a fucking desert, homie. It's a dry ass, hot ass desert that hits 120 in the summer. Come out here. You bitches are be inside. Oh, we ride. You see motherfuckers on horseback in this bitch. On the south side. Yeah. That's the funny thing about it, dog. That's the funny thing about the whole culture, because it's nothing but a show now. And the thing about the whole show is that so long as we're showing ourselves to be that, and these kids can be seen on these various social media platforms, they're going to continue to crash out in the fashion that they're doing. When they're being highlighted on Trap Lord Ross for all of the drilling and all of this other shit, yeah, they want to be the next guy on Trap Lord Ross. It's a trap. Listen, it almost makes a person want to call them out of their name in the most worst ways, because they're doing that very song and dance for this little white boy, this little British dude from way over the pond. He's playing these little sucker fishes in Chicago, Illinois into drilling. He's keeping it going. Trap Lord Ross keeps drilling going because these kids want to be seen on Trap Lord Ross. It's the same with the Adam 22 phenomenon, right? So if you flash back on Adam 22, Crip Mac is the one who actually launches No Jumper. No Jumper had been on stream for a minute before Crip Mac. Look what happens with the numbers go on No Jumper and go check his numbers. Go check what happens after Crip Mac comes on and Crip Mac takes over and brings it all West Coast. He builds a brand off of these motherfuckers, dog, like straight slaves. Adam 22 got the coldest fucking plantation on YouTube. Of the fucking weirdest house, I ain't gonna say it, but you could call them. They house that. You know what I mean? They uncles and theos that. That's what every last one of them motherfuckers who's been on motherfucking Adam 22 is. They either an Uncle Tom or a motherfucking Theo Taco. That's what all of them motherfuckers are, song and dance on that motherfucker. Hey, did any of you guys get to hit Lena? Hey, did he let you plug? He didn't let none of you plug though, huh? You all tried, huh? They all went over there and spit gay and shit. I thought they was gonna get in and shit. All of them were super magnanimous. You know how some egocentric ass motherfucking gang members are. Especially out of Los Angeles, bro. They be the coldest. You let them motherfuckers tell it. Woo-wee, you better step aside. You better start parting some C's and some B's and some S's and some N's and some 3's and some 1's and some 4's and some 9's and shit. And putting O's on them. I tell you what, shout out to California, though, for influencing the world on gangs, for teaching the world how to gang bang. Los Angeles, California did teach the rest of us how to gang bang, I ain't gonna lie. You guys did that shit. Five Combi, it was good, Joe. Tapping in, busy, at work, just coming in. That's why I didn't send you a link, because I figured you were working right now. Some sellings, they make movies telling on themselves, and people don't even fucking right. Hey, look up what illicit is. Elicitation is a tactic used by KGB and CIA. You know what I mean? It's one of those dumbass questions. It's the same dumbass question that the serpent posed to Eve. You know what I mean? It's one of those. That's all you got to do. You elicit people's compliance. You know what I mean? By suggestion, you just elicit it. Okay, so here's how eliciting works, right? So I propose a question, right? So here's how you do it. You propose a question that's false. The most fundamental way to do it, you propose a question that's false, and then a person's automatically gonna correct So the question is, can you hear me now? I know I was buffering. I was on the phone. I know that much. I got a phone call right now, so I know I was buffering. But the question is, can you hear me? Uh, all right. Yeah, I just needed to know if you could hear me, because, yeah, no, my homegirl had called me right now. She was on her way home from work, so, and that's it, because usually she's getting off about this time. Like, my sister gets off too, so um I usually get my sister from work, and then I'll head over there, because I've been, you know what I mean, like I help her with ride, because her car's in the shop. She's gonna crash, so she's getting fixed right now. She's got to get that body work done on it. So, I've been helping her out. You know what I mean? I know, shit, I'm not one to leave my people down like that, dude. You know what I mean? Like, if it's in my power, I believe, like the apostle said, dude, like, if it's in your power to do from somebody, you do for them. You know what I mean? Don't somebody come to you fucking, in need or whatever and shit, and it's in your power to do, and you tell them, God bless you and this and that, and send them on their way without giving them what is necessary to, you know what I mean? Then you ain't got God, you ain't got shit. Don't call on Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, where's the faith in that shit? Where's the love in that shit? I'm just cut from a different cloth myself, you know what I mean? But, you see, like, it's like I was just talking about right now with all these fools. Like, we grew up in this world, right? And we were never given an opportunity to succeed. We were never given an opportunity to progress in life, you know what I mean? And then, and we grow up in these constraints and shit. And then we hit an age, right? And you see all these dudes that they can't turn the page, right? Like, how is it that you cannot you can't find yourself as a human being apart from being a gang member? That history. You know what I mean? It speaks to how traumatized people are. Like, it speaks to the depth of the PTSD in people when they're just constantly reliving it, and they can't let it go. You know what I mean? And then you see, like, that's the whole thing, like, out there, like in California. Bro, these motherfuckers, like, they're nothing without being a gang member, right? In the black and brown community, like, from what we see, if we're to judge the entire black and brown community based on what is represented here, then what do we see? What does it say about the minority community when what is being reflected at us speaks to how fucked up we are as people? Right? And then culture-wise, that's it. Like, that's you. We know, like, bro, it's crazy how, like, people from California don't understand. You come out here, you stand out like sore thumbs. Everybody knows. Everybody knows you're from LA, stupid. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like, at what point are you gonna stop being so stereotypical? That you're branded slaves, like, for real, you're just branded slaves. Like, what can be expected of you as cattle is that, one, that you're gonna fall into crime. That statistically, that it is most favorable that someone black or brown growing up in Los Angeles, California, is gonna fail literacy. They're gonna fail literacy, education-wise. They're gonna be dropouts. They're going to end up in the juvenile justice system and into the prison system as violent gang-related criminals. This ain't going to ever leave them. It ain't going to ever leave them because their great-grandfathers going back into the 1920s, it goes that deeply rooted that they can never, ever, ever shed them scales. They can't ever unbecome who they become, culture-wise. Utterly corrupt. The only chance that one has to succeed is to get out of there, because it's saturated to the point where they can't even clean the walls. They cannot even clean the graffiti off the walls. Think about that. Five Media, what's cracking, Joe? Oh, yeah, lunch. FBI just put out the Nancy Guthrie home camera. Yeah, I was watching that with my mom before I left. That's what held me up right now. I was watching that. They said they arrested somebody, huh? Ah, bro. That's why I try to tell people, bro, this shit's a kidnap capital. They'll snatch your ass up for anything. People think, okay, you're a big baller. Come out here. Come out here, big baller. Come out here. Come make some major moves out here. What you got? What you got? If you ain't got it on you, you better hope they can pay it for you. Mr. Boss Man. Hey, Mr. Boss Man, you got all that Boss Man stuff? Come on over here. That's what they gonna tell your ass in Jack City, especially in Tucson. Tucktown, they don't call that shit Tucktown for no goddamn reason. You better tuck your shit in or they're gonna take it. Tucson, everybody gets arrested in Tucson for armed robbery. That's what most of them motherfuckers are getting convicted on in Tucson. That's Jack, that shit, tuck your shit in, boy. And I know from experience, the cartels they don't like keeping shit there because motherfuckers are always trying to you're a cartel boss, you know, like that's the funny thing about like how people can be people can be intimidated by a reputation, huh? Like, hey, so and so said, oh, okay, here, let me give you my nuts. You want my butthole too? Will it keep you from coming back later? That's how these motherfuckers act. Like, nah, homie, let me get my name bigger than yours for coming over here knocking on my door, dummy. There goes another notch on my belt. But they don't see it that way. They're intimidated. It goes to show, dog, like, when somebody can intimidate you from the penitentiary, you a punk, dog. You a straight up punk, dog. There ain't no way around that shit. You a straight up punk, dog. If you scared of a motherfucker from the penitentiary, dog. See, that's a shot at the first motherfucker that's taking the call. Hey, yo, jump that motherfucker out the hood. Hey, you eliminate that problem, you ain't got no problem. You ain't calling nobody over here no more. But they think that shit's cool, dog. That's some tie with the mafia. They say we're mafias. Shit, like, yeah. Yeah, you're connected with another RICO case too, motherfucker. You're going to be talked about by Boxer. You're going to be the next profile on Boxer's case. You know what I mean? You're going to be the next motherfucker he's testifying the case against. You know what I mean? And he ain't even got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Like he's been out of this shit 30 years and your ass is just getting into shit right now and you got caught up in a case and he's testifying against your ass. Why? Because he's been analyzing your tapes. He's over there listening to your tapes right now. Oh yeah, this is the next move. He's over there playing chess. He's over there playing three-dimensional chess with these fucking checker players and hot boxes and shit, dog. It's funny. Nah, that ain't what's happening, homie. There's some real G shit going on. You guys are looking at, dog. That's like some real sophisticated, you know what I mean? We sending letters and piss. Nah, I ain't gonna touch no letter that got some piss on it, homie. Nah, you can keep that shit, dog. What you was saying? Hey, it ain't that important, then, dog. Hey, keep your pee-pee to yourself. You know? Keep them wheelers with the pee in it to yourself, carnal. Carnalgas. That's how funny this shit gets to me, though, dog. Tell me I'm lying about it, dog. Just listen. This is what they're talking about, right? This is the shit that they do, dog. Just because I can mock it in the fashion that I can, that should tell you something about the shit that you do. Really? I mean, they're still trying to figure out what I did. You know what I mean? Like, tell me more about what you did. I don't know. I didn't do nothing. I was nobody. Didn't the other guy say that? I was nobody. I was never nothing. The other guy was somebody. All those other guys, they were the ones. Go ask them experts what they know about this one. That's what you know. It's just people want, I mean, but like, Who's the baddest? Like, let's ask her. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna do a round. We're gonna do a G check now. We're gonna do it. Hold on. We're gonna do a YouTube. Hold on, Daniel Smith. Hey. Oh, you got him, Mark. Hey, I appreciate you, Mark. I didn't know you were on there. Are you on there? Did you tap in already? Did I forget some people? Nah. Who was that? Oh, Dimitri. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, hey, that was fast. As soon as I mentioned that trampa over here that was talking about me, you see how fast Daniel Smith came in? Daniel Smith is an account that those two creeps from here, from Tolleson and Long Beach or wherever that trampa's from, White Fence, or she got trained into one of those gangs. I forget which one, but yeah, she's a ran through. So yeah, that always happens. Like when like as soon as that one, look at how long I was carrying on about the subject. Look how long I carried on about the subject until I actually mentioned these motherfuckers and got personal. And then you see how it got. Oh, I got under their skin so bad. Hey, why don't you come over here, you little punk motherfucker that used to be in the Mexican mafia that was sucking my fucking homie's dick. They was sucking my homie RJ's dick. Hey, you little punk motherfucker from Tolleson, why don't you pull up, punk? You could bring your hoe and your whole goddamn show. You could bring your federal handlers with you, bitches. How about that? Don't sit here and talk about Daniel Smith. Hey, Daniel Smith sounds like a motherfucking FBI agent name anyway. An FBI agent using a Daniel Smith. That's an Agent Smith ass motherfucker from the Matrix. Ain't that Agent Smith? Yeah, we know your little rat ass motherfucker, Agent Smith. Agent Smith. Agent Smith. Agent Smith voted for Agent Orange in the White House because Agent Smith supports pedophilia too, that rat. And then, rats like cheese, and cheese being orange or yellowish, and it's kind of like there's a gravitational force there with those people. I don't know, dog. Far be it from me. But I'm just saying, isn't it kind of strange that I had carried on so long about the subject matter, and it wasn't until I hit a little close to home that all of a sudden I get threats from here when, like, my homie's right there. Did you see the video that I posted on my Facebook? My homie's right there watching me. There's cameras on me. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? I do this regularly. Like, I'm out here regularly doing this live for hours regularly. I only break from the norm when it's necessary, but otherwise I am getting it in on my grind, and I'm making you fucking idiots look weak every time. I'm proving to the world that every gang member on YouTube is a fucking coward because they can't go outside like I can and say what I can say and do what I can do. They gotta hide in their little fucking cubby holes, in their little YouTube yarda, and they gotta send out huilas on urine. That's what their videos are worth. They're your huilas on urine. And urine. Go watch you some huilas. Go watch you some huilas written in urine on all of them other channels on the YouTube yarda. Go get mixed up. Go get mixed up in that shit. You ain't gonna never know who's saying what. What up, Mark? Hey, what up, Mark? What's cracking? We doing this like a Geo, bro. You know how we do. We stomp the ground 10 toes down. You know what I mean? We keep our heel on the head of the serpent. You know what I'm saying? We keep stomping on these motherfuckers. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. You know what I mean? You're going to see the tip of the spear right here. You're going to see the tip of the spear right here leading them on in. That's why I try to tell you. You see, you want to lay hands on me? The Bible say lay hands on no man suddenly. You want to lay hands on me? Pray for me? Capture me? Or do anything to me? That shit is deadly. Let's see. I don't give a fuck about hard stares and hurt feelings and motherfuckers expressing how they feel. I do that shit in motion. I wouldn't give no fuck. That's why I keep headphones on. Motherfucker confronts me with that shit, okay. If it's verbal, you gonna get met with a verbal fucking mismatch because I'm gonna fucking slay your ass verbally. And if you put hands on me, you lay hands on this man, suddenly I'm going to fucking force the ghost out of your motherfucking ass. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't all these motherfuckers on here talking about like, nah, man, get your shit together, dude. I tell motherfuckers straight up, get your fucking shit together. The shit you're doing is some bozo ass shit. You're throwing your fucking life away. You're sitting there running around fucking committing crimes and shit, wasting your fucking time when you could be going to school, getting a job, doing other shit. Instead, you're going to sit there and fucking listen to these bozos talk about this shit. Fucking idiots don't have nothing else to say because these motherfuckers don't know nothing else. These motherfuckers ain't read no book on no deeper subject matter than the shit that they're always talking about. Ask any one of them content creators what was the last book they read. Next time next time any one of them motherfuckers drops a video about this gang in prison shit, ask them when was the last time you read a book, fool? These motherfuckers ain't reading books. Stop talking now. Shut up. You ain't doing nothing but talking about the same stale ass shit, dude. Who gives a fuck? Your kids are all fucked up. Who cares if they die, dude? You motherfuckers don't care if those kids get killed over there or what happens in your community because you motherfuckers ain't standing up. So who gives a fuck? And nobody don't get, listen, cry me a motherfucking river the next time a motherfucking innocent child gets killed by drive-by, dog. Cry me a fucking river, dude. I don't give no fucks, dog. There is no more mercy for none of you motherfuckers because you motherfuckers are not men over there, dude. Start getting up, getting out, and getting something done in that in your motherfucking communities. Instead of sitting in their house on PC and shit, scared to confront the problems. Man, motherfuckers scared to let their goddamn nuts hang. Or you weren't scared to let your nuts hang when you was trying to make that reputation for yourself, huh? That you're cashing out on now, huh? Cowards, get your ass off the couch, motherfucker. Quit clowning. Content creator ass motherfucker. That's all you are, content creator. You ain't no gang, man. You ain't shit. Quit talking about gangs. If you ain't gonna go out there live and show us, then shut up. You know what I mean? None of the shit you talking about makes sense if I can't see it. It don't got no proper context, and none of the shit you're talking about if I can't see what the fuck you're talking about. Where at in the hood that happened at? Go over there and tell them stories. Scary asses. These motherfuckers be ordering Uber Eats and shit. These motherfuckers be ordering their groceries in the houses and shit, dog. Listen, you would really have to be that scared to be putting out some of the content these motherfuckers be putting out, dog. That's how they talk about how scary it is out there. If all you were talking about is you're trying to convince us of how scary it is out there, you got to be ordering your groceries and shit, dog, on the apps and stuff, dude. You getting all your shit delivered to your doorstep, dude. You live in a panic fucking room. You cannot be expressing that much social anxiety for the world around you and you not live in such distress, dude. Oh, hell no, I ain't going outside today, man. Hey, man, nah, babe, we gonna get this one in today. You know these motherfuckers live like that, fool. You can't, there's no way in the world these dudes can convince me otherwise, bro. There's psychology involved in that. You know what I mean? And when you got somebody every video that you put out is an expression of fear and loathing. That's what it is. You're trying to frighten people. You're telling scary ass stories. So you live in a perpetual state frightened yourself, dude. You live in a perpetual state of fright your damn self. And you know damn well motherfuckers are like, oh no, not today. It's one of them days. We gonna stay in today, babe. Let's get the groceries in. I'm not feeling Walmart today. You know how crazy Walmart gets. The baby might be at Walmart shooting people today. We don't want to go to Walmart. The baby might be shooting some people at Walmart. The baby. They said the baby gonna be in the hood shooting people at Walmart. We gotta stand down. Stand down. Fuck, bro. It's crazy in the hood, dog. Listen to this. This is the hood I'm talking about, bro. This is the hood. This is where, like, everybody wants to be on. Like, yeah, hold on. Let me sit down, bro. Let me take a pause for a minute. Let me pause for a moment of silence. Let me breathe. Let me breathe on this for a minute. I forgot to give you breathe some. I forgot my water in my car though. That's what I did. But fuck, bro. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny because, like, look, somebody could look at me and hear my expressions and say, "Oh, you're tough or whatever." Like, no, that's not it. That's frustration. You know what I mean? Like, that's agitation. That's a whole different expression. You know what I mean? And I'm live. I'm public. So if you have a problem with it, then just kind of like right here. You know? Like, if you have a problem with it, like right there. Like, it's nothing. But you listen, dude. How can you convince me? I'm talking to all these content creators. How can you convince me you're not scared of little boys? You're not cowards. You're scared of these YNs out there in them streets, dude. When all you talk about is fear. You're perpetuating fear. You're trying to scare me into not going there, dog. You're scaring me. I'm scared of not going to your neighborhood, dog. So if I'm scared to go in there, then you're scared to come out of where you're at, then, because you're doing too much talking about it. You put out 5 too many videos, so you did 10 in one day. And you was talking scary stories, like, dang, dude, that's 10 scary stories. That's 10 hours worth of scary stories. In one day, like, god damn, dog, you were really on one. You ran off with that much content. Wow. Right? They're mentally on a loop, right? There's been no changing in the content, right? It's the same shit, right? So, okay, as a subscriber to everybody watching, if you're subscribed to all these other channels, right? Or to any one of them, then, okay, you know that there's a tempo in which you yourself will follow, because you're not going to sit there and watch all of the videos unless you are a groupie of sorts. That's different. Because there's no substantive value to the content there. Now, I say that only groupie in regards to that content, not in regard to like other content, because many of us will sit there and watch. We have our favorite content because they teach us something. We get something from them. There's a difference. These dudes are pure entertainment value. It's shock value. They want to present the most shocking shit to try to get your ass to fucking tap in and watch this shit. So what does it say about them when all day long you're like another scary story, like, damn, dog. We was over here right now. We is over here with the children. We talking about the kids, and the kids is talking about the football game. You talking about gangs and violence and killing people, but the kids is over here. They talking about, you know, Bad Bunny. You talking about the baby killing people. They talking about Bad Bunny healing people. There's a generational gap here. A whole generation of content creators are stuck on stupid. While their children are celebrating Bad Bunny and everything that Bad Bunny represents, these bigoted, biased bastards will do the complete opposite to them. Shut up and dribble. They want them to be just like them, huh? Shut up and dribble. So don't take offense to it when someone else points out the obvious, because it's obvious. It may not be to you, and just because something isn't obvious to you doesn't mean that it's not true and that it's not obvious to everyone else. They can obviously see it for what it is. You sit there and you talk too much about the same shit, dude. You're sitting there telling scary stories about gang violence, which tells me you're scared of gang violence. You cannot possibly be out in your community. You scared of that shit. And I know what it is coming from prison. You fools can't tell me otherwise. You motherfuckers been out of prison all these years. You ain't putting in no work. You ain't doing shit but making content. You making a living off this. And you're going to tell me that you have heart enough to go outside and make any fucking sacrifices? Fuck no. Stop lying to your yourselves first. And so long as you keep talking about this shit and you ain't got nothing else to talk about, guess what your kids are going to turn up like? And when another one gets shot crossing the crosswalk by a rival gang from your gang, your fucking gang, the very gang that you represent that you're still talking about, that fucking gang that you cannot clean the graffiti off the fucking walls, the next time one of those children catches a bullet in the fucking in the crosswalk over your stupidity, I want you to look at the graffiti on the wall first. You can't even clean the graffiti off your walls. You don't care about your own fucking children, dude. You don't care about your own fucking children when you're not giving any consideration to the conditions in which your children are being raised. Now, when they're coming from those type of fucking environments where you got warning signs everywhere because you can't clean up your own shit, you cannot, one generation can't stand up to all of the rest and say enough is enough. You're not men. You're not men. You need a big red ball gagged in your fucking mouth. And you need to have that fucking shit shoved out of your fucking ass. Because it's like a lump of coal in there. And you fuckboys are trying to shit out a diamond with this stupid shit. You keep trying to spit it out of your mouths. If it was truly about controversy, right? If it was truly the statement was true that they say that controversy sells, I would be the biggest seller on here. All I gotta do is just get disrespectful in a racist way. But see, the truth offends people worse than anything else, like anything I could say otherwise. The truth speaks for itself, and it condemns people's actions by the facts. What can be more controversial than that? So it's a delusion. It's delusion that people are under that controversy sells. No, it's a question of who you're saying what about that sells. I can run a sample test. I can run a sample test and make a controversial video about every content creator that deals with gang content, and I can add them in it. It won't draw up reach. It will not increase those numbers in the fashion that people are led to believe. Because I exist as an anomaly, so I know what's static and not. You see, I know that those controversies are pushed in the algorithm for a reason. Whereas the controversies that I profess on here at every one of them, they're suppressed, contrary. Because the truth is distinctly different than the controversy itself. Now, if I call somebody a racist slur, or when I start talking about any one particular group, right, then what happens? I've already sampled all this shit. I already know it. That's why I delete everything behind me. I run tests at this shit just to see. You see, these dudes can't keep up long enough. That's the reality of the situation. I run hour plus long live streams. Think about it. A 2-hour live stream that can be clipped. That can be clipped. Think about how many clips I could actually do out of any one live stream that I don't do it. I don't clip any of this shit. I can edit any one of my live stream into long videos, dude, and flood this shit. I don't. One of my live streams, they can't keep up. Any one live stream, there's too much content on any one live stream for any one of them little boys to keep up. I call them punks. I call them bitches. I've named gangs. I do all this shit. It ain't affected not one bit, does it? You know why? Because I know the show, it's about entertainment. This is a church house. It's a difference between coming here and listening to me speak. It's like going to church. It's like hearing a fucking fiery pastor preaching a sermon. Whereas you go over there, you get entertained. Oh, I'll entertain you too at their expense because they're little pussies. Think about it. I will name every last gang member out of Los Angeles, California or any fuck. Listen, I will name any gang member on earth and call them punks and bitches. And ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. You know what they're gonna turn and say? The same shit they've always said every time I do it. Now, what can be more controversial than disrespecting all of these gangs in the fashion that I have? No, listen, they don't even listen. No one even says anything about me doing it no more. I'm the exception to the general rule. I can say whatever I want about any gang member in any gang from Los Angeles to fucking New York, and no one will say nothing. They'll turn and act as if I didn't say it now. They used to. Bro, everybody knows that they used to be on that shit. Oh, you ain't from here? Fuck you speaking on your village. Them punks don't say shit no more, huh? You know why? Because they know you got to come show me something, punk, or your neighborhood and you and your OG who's dead that I just pissed on is exactly what the fuck I said, or else. So they've turned away. Every last one of them punk motherfuckers that's turned away, they won't dare say shit about me, not no more. Bro, listen. These fools got my name filtered in their fucking comments, fool. Ain't nobody gonna dare mention my name, fool. That's what I've done. That's what I did to the entire culture. The entire gang prison culture on fucking YouTube. Dog, I pissed and shitted on all of it, so none of their stories matter. You're impressed by what? Big homies, so I can call them punks and bitches again. I can run through this circle again on these little hoes. And while the same motherfucker, he won't. You already know the murmuring that goes on behind motherfuckers that turn a motherfucker. Oh, yeah, how many years later? 8 years I've been down now, and how many motherfuckers have I clowned? Hey, man, these fools don't get no respect. What the fuck you don't respect a punk motherfucker? Who cares about their stories? It's crazy the cowardice that I see in all these dudes, dude. For real, it's like, you're going to sit there and allow somebody from the penitentiary to dictate your life on the streets, dude. And you're going to still think you're a man. How you gonna believe yourself to be a man taking orders from another man? And bro, listen. We ain't talking about no goddamn U.S. Armed Forces. No. A gang is not a military, dog. No, a gang is a band of fucking misfits, dude. It's criminals. They're gonna fuck your bitch, they're gonna steal from you, and they will kill you. Your homies will. Trust that. In any gang member try to tell you otherwise, they're lying motherfuckers. We know that's not true. Everybody knows what the outcomes of this shit is. But you're gonna still sit there and think that you're a fucking man, and you're an who ain't gonna never get out of prison to dictate your life because he got some crash test dummy motherfuckers that I don't respect it, dude. I don't have no respect for none of this shit, dude. I'm calling out the culture for what I see it to be. And no one has been able to discredit none of what I've said about the gang culture. Nothing. At what point is someone going to discredit my word about what I say about the gang culture and prison culture? When? They can't. They can't discredit what I say about it when I call it out for what it is, because I was that too. I live that life too. So when I know I live that life, and when I see these motherfuckers doing what they're doing, and I see their stories, and you tell me that's your gangster right there? That's gangster right there? Come on, man. What's the moral of the story now? At what point is father going to be reconciled to his son, man? Like, at what point are we going to give more attention to our children instead of spreading it out here like this, trying to be somebody? I have to laugh. I have to laugh for the entertainment that it is, right? Right? Listen, I could go on any one of these channels. I could look at them, and they're going to be talking their tough talk. They're going to tell you their crazy ass war story. And just the way that I'm getting all goofy about this shit right now, dog, like, they're going to be sitting there serious. They're going to be mean mug, because it's really going to matter that much to them. It's going to be that fucking crazy. And I'm going to laugh for like, shit, I can't even get like, look, because like the last week or so, I've been trying to see what's like, you know what I mean? Like what's going on. So I just tap on somebody and I go and like listen to that. I got to skip through some shit. I look at the title, okay, it seems like something, I'll check it out. And then I got to skip through and it's like, oh shit, I'm already knowing. Fuck, man. Give me something better. You see, but that's where I am with myself too, because that's why I say come Friday, nobody's gonna know, right? What you know what I mean? I'm just like right now, I just did this shit on a whim again. I was walking, I said I figured fuck it, and then my homegirl calls me, and I was not gonna come back live, but I took it for a minute, so I thought I'd get back with you. Listen, there's too much value in me as a human being. My words have far too much value for me to continue to waste them away in the fashion that I'm doing. Nah. See, I've already started laying the groundwork for all of my literature. You know what I mean? So like I said, once I close that door, I got a whole other focus. I don't care about being seen. I don't care about nobody's attention, dude. Listen, the reason I never got a degree a long time ago, dude, all those years I was locked up, is because I don't like plaques and plaudits, dude. I don't like being awarded. I don't like being seen. I don't want you to know what I know unless I'm telling you. I learned something as a child. I heard something really young, really young as a child, really young. The greatest deception of the devil was to convince the world that he doesn't exist. And I grew up from a little child, dude, prior to Fantastic Four, before I was 9 years old. I can remember shit. Always having that frame of mind. Because I understood that, like, I was met by petty envy and jealousy every time I turned around, because I'm more intelligent than everybody in the room. I'm met with the same fate every time I open my mouth, because if it's a question that's being asked, I answer the fucking question. And when there's elders in the room that are my parents' age and even my grandparents' age, and they're sitting there and I have an answer to the question that's got a whole generation and another generation perplexed, and they're sitting there looking at this little kid like, story of my fucking life. I try to tell people, when I was working with the cartels, I was from. I'm not going to leave unless it's all paid for, dude. Everything must be paid for. And then you're going to pay me for what I'm going to do to get off my ass. You're going to pay me for the conversation. That's why I'm being called for my time, because I'm sitting there with people who have unlimited access to my fucking brain power. So they can answer any logistical, operational questions that would arise in real time and have those solutions. I know my worth. I'm not like one of these bozos on this motherfucker trying to fake it till I make it, hoping and praying for fucking, you know what I mean? Like thinking that this fucking running these numbers up and all this other shit is gonna matter a damn. No, dude. I can listen. I have potential in myself to publish a fucking New York Times bestseller right now. Listen, I got the potential in me to fucking flood New York Times with all bestsellers in every goddamn subject. And that's what I intend to do. Fuck sitting here on a camera. Nah, you go read that shit. If you ain't got the mental capacity to read what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say it no more. You gonna have to pay. Motherfuckers couldn't afford to get me on camera no more after this shit. Nah, dude. You could not afford to get me on camera after this shit. Once I decided to turn this camera off on myself, you couldn't afford it. And I've given everybody the opportunity. I'm gonna publish the shit. It's just bozo, dude. Come on, man. What is the worth of any of it? What is there new that you're gonna hear from any of it? You know what I mean? Like it's a question I ask myself. When I'm wasting myself away in the fact that I'm doing my words and whatnot, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's cool to believe, and it goes so far to believe that, you know, people are gaining something from it and people are learning and growing from it, but that's not enough. That's not enough for me no more. Like, because I've drained myself of all of it. I've told this, like, this is the thing. What was most traumatic for me, myself, I've expressed the shit. I've confronted all of it. You know what I mean? I'm at a point where I'm actually refining my whole hypotheses in my dissertation. I'm refining all of my shit. You know what I mean? So I'm going into getting publication, man. Fuck all this shit right here, dude. I'm not trying to be some fucking flashy in front of the camera. I've never liked being photographed, dude. I used to always dread taking pictures, dude. It took me, dog, I was in my 30s before I came out of that fucking bubble. I'm dead ass serious. I was well into my fucking 30s before I started I never liked being taking pictures, fool. That's why you can't go to my mom's house and find no pictures of me. No pictures of me. I don't allow pictures of me. I don't want to see me. Hey, see, I'll tell you something about me. I've had sense enough to keep my image off of the internet. So, like, look, when I delete all my shit off here, right? Once I delete all that off of there, there's gonna be nothing on there, right? So if I delete everything back, all it'll trace to, right, is a Facebook account, because I can't delete those Facebook accounts, so they'll always be up there, right? So if you ran a search on my name, you'll likely get traced to Facebook pages that if I choose to delete everything off of them, there won't be nothing on them, so you won't know it's me. I know DHS has my record sealed, so if you were to go run any search, and I know this, what you're gonna find on me, you'll never be able to find me, dude. You see, I've explained this to people a long time ago. When I got out of prison in 2011 and I first created my first email account, I was very mindful of my digital footprint. And I never wanted to extend my digital footprint beyond where I couldn't backtrack my way off of it and remove any traces of myself off the internet. So I can give an account of my email accounts to every app that I've used. So guess what? I've conditioned myself to erase myself. There's no greater threat. There's no greater threat than someone who has the potential who has the intelligence, to gather the components to level an entire skyscraper, and to be able to be able to wire the entire thing up from inside out without anybody realizing it, and take an entire year to do it. And that's not including what could happen to the water supply and the power supply and the... You think Donald Trump, you think DHS is ready for me to disappear? You think Chrissy Nome is ready for that? You see, I know my worth, like I said. I don't sell myself short like that. You know what I mean? I've never sold myself short like that, and I've said that all the time. And there's a stark contrast. And if I got pride, I pride myself on that, and that distinguishing difference between me, myself, and every other motherfucker. Because each man must stand on his own, and a real man can say that self independently for himself. You know what I mean? That ain't no disrespect to any real man. Every real man says the same shit about themselves. Motherfuckers that can't stand on their own. Come on, man. You know, nobody don't want to learn nothing. Educational channels don't do well on YouTube, and that's all I do. It's a fucking educational channel. You know what I mean? This is not a pinta channel. I'm not on the YouTube yard of the homie. I'm not on the YouTube streets. I'm not into that. I just clown them. You know what I mean? The reality of it is that this account has been attached to all that bullshit since it's created. And it's still caught up in the algorithm. There's no way I can break from that. The other account I had was different because when I first had that, I was only watching media, news. So like all of the accounts that I was watching and interacting with on there, that's why I did the numbers that I did so fast on that one. I knew that, but it wasn't gonna happen again. That was years in the making of doing that. That took years to have that kind of interaction in the algorithms. Once I started launching videos, I was getting those streamers in my shit, which I never took advantage of, and that was what I intended to do with it. And I didn't, because at that point, and when I first, then here's the thing about it, because I told a story about when my cousin got killed. And my intent was to go into a political arena with that story. So I didn't intend to go down the gang lane in which I did. I just so happened to get caught up in it because I commented in the comments on one of this fucking trampas fucking videos that he put out over here. So that's how I get caught up in all that bullshit, dog, inadvertently. I comment in the shit. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Because everybody's like, hey, who is this fool? Who is this fool? Who is this fool? I don't know. But I know the shit he was telling wasn't true. Not that much. But otherwise, that was because like I was sitting there, one of the content creators at the time, Brian Tyler Cohen only had like he was barely pushing 200,000. He had about 200,000 subscribers. And I was I was a real big fan of Brian Tyler. I loved his political commentary at the time. So I used to be in his comments a lot. And then I would hear him just like fucking parodying my talking points and shit. So I knew that once I started running content that I can stream off of those. But instead I get caught up in this other bullshit and start talking about all that other dumb shit. So I fucked off the opportunity that I had in that content, because like that was like it was, Now I did that one video on Gunner. That shit did like 10,000 views in like 48 hours or some shit like that. That shit did mad views on Gunner's helmet. And I did it was just like one of those things, but like I'm just looking at these fools like, man, you fools are fake, fool. You know what I mean? That was just a raw analysis. That was just like fucking, that's just real, like in the field. Like, I'm just looking at these motherfuckers like, you know what I mean? Scout motherfuckers out like, nah, you fools, bro. I'm taking your shoes right now, dog. That's how I'm looking at them. Like, all of these fools, no bullshit. So when it first gets, cause that's where like my cousin sends me a link to Zod first. So I start watching Zod, which I had when my cousin sent me a link. I had just started watching it. Like I had just like that week just had watched the video of Zod, and it just happened to be that video. So I was, you know what I mean, and then I think the next person was like American Chonies and Dubs. They were like around the same time. All of them were like at the same time. And like, and I was sitting there and then Gunners and like, so I started watching this shit and it's like, I'm sizing all these fools up. I'm listening to their stories and all this shit. I'm like, these fools are weak, fool. Like I'm dead ass. Like I'm listening to this shit. Like, man, these fools could not live. These fools could not grow old with me, fool. These fools would not make it in the project, fool. These fools would not make it out of Doby Mountain. These fools would not make it where I've been, fool. You know what I mean? And it's a cold piece and shit. I'm sitting there watching this shit. And it's the same thing with my cousin from LA. Still to this day. Why you gotta be on Cali, man? Why you always gotta be fucking on LA's head, fool? Same shit, it's like, primo, you came and stayed in the projects, dog. You remember fucking, there'll be gunfire all night long in that motherfucker. You remember we used to have to sleep on the floor in that bitch. You remember, dog, when the street lights was come on, you cannot go outside because the gunfire starts happening. It's shooting and shit. In the projects, dude, like, you just right outside my window. You got to sleep on the floor. So I'm looking at these dudes like, you ain't built like that shit. But I don't know. I'm gonna bend this corner right here. I'm gonna give me some water. I've been on over an hour. But I'm gonna end this live right here, because like I said, I'm gonna give me some water and take me a leak. And I'm probably gonna I was thinking about getting my sketch pad out. I want to take some notes. I was thinking something right now, because I've been in studying and shit, and that's one of the things too, is like I'm more concerned with my studies than anything, you know what I mean? Like that's my primary thing, is getting everything I need to do for me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about this shit, dude. I'm not in it for the attention or nothing like that. But you guys have a blessed one. We out.